Shalom, shalom, peace and blessings, peace and blessings. September 9th, 2022. Shabbat shalom. Of course we know the announcement that has been made about Her Majesty. May the Most High have mercy on her soul and let us reflect on our own demise, which may come at any time. And I also want to give condolences and sympathy to David Arnold, the comedian, his family, his wife, his sons and daughters, mostly his daughters, really, for their loss. He made me laugh many times, often, and he was just coming into his national world stardom at this time, so that's also on the brain. But I digress. I start this 10 minutes of your time, thank you, with Matthew chapter 12 verse 36. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give an account thereof in the day of judgment. Also, Exodus 20 and 22. Revile not the gods, and this word gods means princes, kings, judges. And also Ecclesiastes 10 and 22, which says, speak no evil of the king. I'm paraphrasing. Neither in thought, for that word will go out. Today is through the ether and through Twitter, which is the public square. And Daniel 2 and 22. You cannot judge Her Majesty based off of what her ancestors did. And I'll give you an example. King David did his sin, right? King Solomon did not die for his father's sin, right? But he inherited the problems that came with his father's decisions. King Solomon did his sin, right, with the idols. His son, Absalom, and the kings after that did not die for his sins, but they inherit the problems that came with that sin. And we have to judge them based off of the decisions, the choices, and the decisions that they made at that time, based off of what they inherited. You understand? Not based off of what their forefathers did, but how did they respond to the blessings or curses of that inheritance. And that is righteous judgment. And to criticize Her Majesty based off of those things that happened before her is false judgment. Okay, it's unrighteous judgment. Now, many of you don't know the history of the British Empire, but I'm gonna tell you this: before she came into power, the bankers had already took control of Parliament, of the government. Okay. Since 1694, there has not been a monarch over the British Empire. Only a constitutional monarch. Only powers that she had was, she had power. She had soft power, okay, which is political power. Now that soft power could have turned into, what's the word I want to use? Social power, okay? It could have turned into social power, which would give her the power of the whole being, the whole man, the whole constitution. Because when the bankers came in, they removed the monarch's scepter, okay? She still had the world in her hand, but she had no scepter. Okay? I mean, the scepter meaning she couldn't rule with a rod of iron. She couldn't impose her will on the region in the land of her reign. Okay? She couldn't impose her will. It was divided into the Labour Party, the Conservative Party, the Commonwealth, the Bank of England, and the Church of England. Okay? She had no power on the left side, right? Power on the left side for Labour and the banks, right? So she was a half a monarch. It built a barrier between her and the people. It built a barrier between her and the people. Okay? And the only thing that kept it together was the Church of England. But during her reign, her time, the church lost a lot of its influence in the realm. Okay? And thus we see the outcome of what we're having now with the dividing and the infighting within the Commonwealth in the different nations around the world. Okay? So that's what happened. The bankers are in control. Kings and the merchants of the earth shall give their power unto the beast. What beast? The United Nations, the Vatican, or the Vatican primary with the United Nations, the European Union, and those conglomerates that's underneath. I just posted a post showing you the structure that it is today, not what it was when the empire ruled. She was not in that reigning society. Okay, she didn't inherit that power. That power was transferred. Most of that power was transferred to the merchants and the bankers of this day and age. Okay, or this time that we see. It is a troubling thing to see many who do not have a grasp on history, political power, social power, in the whole constitution of man and how it works today. And where does the power lie? You distracted at the pomp and the stomp and not at the real string pullers, not at the real masters, okay? Which is Satan and his horde of angels. We do not know. Well, we know because Her Majesty is gone now. We know we can go back and look and see her works. We can judge her works based off of the things that she had done. And since then, her acts and her thoughts has been working for the light, not for the dark, not for the darkness. You understand? Her actions and her works have been working for the light. So you have to understand who's who on the chessboard. Many of you are thinking on one chessboard, when the Most High is thinking on 187 different chessboards all together, the world stage. And you have to know who is working for the light and who is working for the darkness. You have to know this. And the Messiah gave us the clue when he says you know them by their fruits. So if you're criticizing anyone, I hope that you have the right receipts, and I hope that you can show their fruits, the things that they brought off their tree, what came out of that tree. Okay, because for 70 years, for a good long time, she has bringing forth good fruit. No matter if it looked like it was growing harsh weather, harsh times, and things that grew out of it, it produced good fruit. Okay? Not all of the fruit matured, but there was good fruit on the tree. I hope that you're bringing out your own righteous fruit and getting your own fruit together so that when the Messiah comes, he will not pluck you out and cast you into the fire. Don't let your sins weigh you down. Shalom.